When we first started looking for a motel to buy, we came across this property in the mountains of Pennsylvania, and it was screaming, ignore me. There were so many things wrong with it. There was piles of garbage, there was dead trees, but ultimately what we found out when we came to look at it was that it was right off of the state park. And this here is a trailhead into 50 miles of trail. So even though this property was only $242,000, we had to have it. And now this trail has set the foundation for an experience that is super unique and has actually attracted people, generating revenue 2 times that of the purchase price every year. So come along with me and I'll show you more about the touch points that all the guests have when they stay at a property like the Rex. So here we are in one of our signature units called the Ray Cabin, and I want to talk a little bit about the design aesthetic that we tried to accomplish with the Rex. We wanted to make something that was modern but still outdoorsy because we are in the mountains. So we used something as simple as knotty pine trim and knotty pine accents in the ceilings and wall accents to make it a modern outdoor escape. When you check into the Rex Hotel, the guest is welcomed with a welcome package that includes a really nice reusable tote, which they can actually take home with them. We see these around town now in Philadelphia, New York, because people can actually use these after their stay. The other thing is we have a welcome card that details out all the different details about the property, the filtered water, the Wi-Fi, that dogs are allowed, we have an outdoor sauna, so all of that's there. And then of course, because we're right off the trails, we offer some trail mix. Those are some small details that make the guest experience right when they check in really special. So we have 10 units at the Rex Hotel. 3 of those units are larger cabins that have full kitchens. We have gas stove, we have a dishwasher, we have toaster, we have a hot water kettle, and we even have a full-size Italian Smeg refrigerator. So those are the small details, something like a Smeg refrigerator that makes this an elevated experience that might not happen at, say, an Airbnb or something that's a little bit more generic. And that's the really important part of the guest experience, is that when they check into a place like this, they're wowed by those small details, even in the things such as a coffee maker that they normally wouldn't have at home. One of the things that we wanted to do when we designed the Rex is really highlight nature. So in a room like this, we put in a 6 by 6 foot picture window looking out into the state park. It really makes it an amazing experience when you're sleeping and you can wake up to the sun rising over the woods. The other thing that we wanted to do is make sure that our mattresses and our linens were name brand and top quality. So our linens here are Brooklinen and our mattress is a brand called Birch, which is really nice. These are also Brooklinen, and these here are in their units that have hot tubs. So sort of that time of the day where, you know, might be time to go out to the hot tub, and doesn't really fit over. Nope, doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. All right, let's go to the hot tub. Before we go out to the hot tub though, I want to tell you a little bit about the office that we have in our larger units. So one of the things that has happened since COVID, obviously, is work from home, and the ability for people to come out to a place like this and actually have a private office that they can separate from their kids and go in here, get some work done. Another big picture window looking right over the hot tub, which is where I want to head now. But these are the details that matter. These are the small things. This entire unit is only around 550 square feet, but it has an office, it has a hot tub, it has a full kitchen, it has a lot of the amenities that you would need to live a full life and have a really great experience when you're at the Rex, but it has everything else that you normally wouldn't get at home, like the woods, like a hot tub, like a sauna outside. It all adds up. One of the things that we learned is people love hot tubs. Me, I'm not really a hot tub person, but this here increases the rates of a place like this by upwards of $50 a night. And there is something really romantic and sort of nostalgic about a wood hot tub. So this is a cedar barrel hot tub that has sort of Scandinavian vibes. And again, you might have a hot tub at your home or your condo where you live, but do you have a wood hot tub? And that's what makes this place different and adds to the experience. Maybe I should take this off now. In our larger units, we also have gas grills, which allow people to cook outside as well as indoors. This is frozen right now, so I take this cover off. Everything here is stocked with propane, so people are ready to go with an extra tank just in case it runs out as well. Again, those are the details that allow people to have a great experience outdoors as well as indoors. Every unit, all 10 of them, have a solo stove fire pit as well as this beautiful outdoor furniture. So This allows people to have a campfire, they can make s'mores. These are the things that people don't get to do at home, especially those that are coming out of cities. Having a campfire is something that makes this entire experience really special. So this area between the barn and Unit 1 used to be a scrapyard. We used to basically have all of the lumber from the construction out here, and we wanted to make something special for the guests that they could use. So we dug a fish pond, and we have koi and hundreds of fish in there now, and a beautiful sound with the waterfall. But most importantly, we added an outdoor barrel sauna, which has now become a focal point of the experience here at the Rex. This here cost around $7,000, $8,000, and then all the work another $4,000 or $5,000. So for under $15,000, we created an experience for the guests that they can use during their stay. They can book a time so that they're not doubling up with other guests. And the coolest part of this is the positioning of it, just like those rooms that I showed you, look directly into the state park. People have sat in here and seen bears, deer, all sorts of animals. It's a really cool experience. And on a day like today where it's really cold, people can actually heat up the sauna, and while they're heating it up, they can come in here. It's actually really warm in here. There's heaters. This is just carved out of the side of the barn. This is where they get the water for the sauna, and it creates a really nice spot for people to wait while that warms up. And then out here in the common space, this is an area that can be utilized for things like weddings or events. We've actually had tents come in here and set up, and caterers serving food and beverage, creating a really cool atmosphere for people that rent out the entire property at one time. And because we're open year round, when it's winter, there's a little bit less to do when it comes to outdoor activities, but when it snows, they can go out on the trails with these snowshoes that we rent. So in our larger units, they have 4 Adirondack chairs and that really nice picnic table. In the smaller units, they have 2 chairs. They still have a solo stove, but all of the units get free firewood, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in a lot of instances, especially if you're camping or going to a more rustic cabin, you'd have to pay for firewood or bring it in. Here, we make sure that we have this stocked up at all times. So people can come out here. They can actually use the sling that we provide, which is a really cool experience for people, especially with kids. They can come out, they can load the firewood into the sling, they grab their fire starter and their matches, and then they can make their fire. So this is one of our smaller units. It's a queen suite. It comes with a couch here and a kitchenette. So the kitchenette, even though it's small and it's not a full kitchen, it comes with a hot plate, pots and pans, some cooking utensils so people can actually make some food here. We also have a mini fridge, as well as our really nice Smeg coffee maker and hot water kettle. People have plates, utensils. They can actually do a lot in this small space. One of the small but incredibly important small customer details is heated bathroom floors. When you're in the outdoors and it's a little bit cold outside and you can come in and stand on a floor that's heated, it's really amazing. When it comes to sleeping, we have nice mood lighting for reading next to the bed, as well as a sound machine. So if there's any external noises or a snoring partner, you have that as well. For the smaller units, they still have their private outdoor spaces, but it's in a more communal space. So everybody has their fire pit. We have a really nice wooden fence here that separates it from the road and creates a little oasis behind these units. Fun fact about this back area, this was the parking lot of the old motel, so there was no fence here, and this was all pavement. Actually, beneath this stone is still asphalt. And as far as having a small hospitality project like this, most people wouldn't think about having a store, but we think it's a really important part of the guest experience. So we have this little corner store that was converted from an old garage, and we sell souvenirs and merchandise and maybe even essentials that you might have forgotten, like toothpaste. And an incredibly important detail about any modern hospitality experience is great Wi-Fi, not just inside where we have individual routers in each room, but also outside. So we have this really high-powered device here that covers the entire common space. One of the benefits of having good Wi-Fi is that cell reception in an area like this may not be that good, but as long as you have Wi-Fi calling on your phone, you can still make those necessary calls. So those are all the details that make this entire experience at the Rex Hotel really unique. And the surprising thing is that it all started with knowing that there was a trailhead right behind the property, giving us access to 3,000 acres of land, even though we're only on 1 acre ourselves. It doesn't cost a lot to provide those experiences, but guests are willing to spend so much on them because it's unique and something that they don't get in their normal everyday life. And that's the key to experiential hospitality. It's giving something to people that they normally don't have. So if you enjoyed this, follow along, subscribe. See ya later.